My name is Will.
And I'm Karen.
And unlike Mulder and Scully,
we both want to believe.
So we've embarked on a journey of discovery.
We've talked to people deeply entrenched in the spiritual and metaphysical world.
We've thrown ourselves into weird and wonderful experiences. I even joined a coven of witches.
And wait, you joined a coven?
Yep, all in the interest of finding something.
Anything.
That will prove that there's something beyond this physical,
three-dimensional world we all live in.
This is the Skeptic Metaphysicians.
Hey there, welcome to a live version of the Skeptic Metaphysicians. I'm Will.
And I'm Karen.
And if you can hear my voice, I do have a little bit of a cold, so you bear with me. I don't know how long I'm going to be on this thing because we are not feeling our best, but we wanted to at least come on and say hello, and we'll see how long we can last. So
can you turn me up just a little bit?
I can.
And then I have to say, I saw that picture that you put, and you're like all tough, and I'm like, hello.
That's right.
Like, what is that?
It's the mirror of what our souls are actually.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, and not to say those were couple years ago.
We don't need to say that.
When it comes
discuss that.
When it comes to me, it was quite a few pounds ago.
Same. Sadly, same.
Well, we're thrilled to be with you here. This is a new thing we're going to start doing. Today's the first one, so bear with us. Hopefully, you will be gentle.
Hopefully we won't be too boring.
We're going to go live every month, second Tuesday of each month. Today's a brave choice for us to go live today.
Why is that?
Because in my culture, there's no such thing as Friday the 13th.
Okay.
In fact, Friday the 13th has always been a very lucky day for me and in our culture. Friday the 13th is like, woo, right?
Yes, and it's Tuesday the 13th.
There is one day that is not lucky, and it's Martes 13, which is Tuesday the 13th, which happens to be today. So that's a brave choice to go live.
Half and half, so I don't even know if it's lucky. It's like either super unlucky or like nothing.
Yeah, I think for you today is
I'm going with the nothing.
Today's just
a day, just another day.
It's just me. All right. Well, we are excited to talk to you. This is supposed to be an engaging program. It is meant to be interactive. So if you have any questions whatsoever, you have some comments you want to reach out to us, by all means, we are happy to take them on the air. And we have our first one.
Ooh.
And of course, spirit medium Daniel. Hello from Southern Arizona. Daniel, thank you so much for joining us. It's always wonderful to have you along with us. Daniel Jackson, if you don't know him, he is a part of our New Reality TV platform. He was one of our first content creators. We're very excited to have him as a partner. And his show happens to be the #1 show.
Is it #1 again?
Again.
Go Daniel.
Again.
Wow.
It is,
Beyond the Veil.
Beyond the Veil with Daniel Jackson. And not only is Beyond the Veil the #1 show, do you happen to know what the #2 show happens to be?
I have a feeling it might be Veil Tales.
Veil Tales is #2. 1-2 punch from Daniel Jackson here on New Reality TV. So if you've not had a chance to go check that out, by all means, newrealitytv.com. I didn't create a banner for that because I didn't think we'd be talking about that. But go to newrealitytv.com, go to On Demand, and all the shows. You'll see Daniel there, very close together. So anyway, Karen.
Yes.
What do you want to talk about today?
Well, I was thinking about it. I was thinking. And people always ask us what our favorite interview has been. So I'm going to ask you not what our favorite interview has been, but what unexpected thing have you learned after all these years of doing the podcast? Something that's been reinforced time and time again.
Time and time again. I think it's also probably the biggest lesson that I've learned over the last 5 years of doing the show.
And that is?
You just asked me if I knew, but yes, I do know. And yes, I'll show. The thing that I've learned the most surprising thing that I've learned is that everything that you think in spirituality is not at all what you think, right? Case in point, one of the solo episodes that we released a couple weeks ago, I talked about everybody thinking spirituality is a straight line, right? You are here, and then you do the work, and you end up slowly but surely, you keep going until you're up here somewhere. Alas, it is not like that.
No, it is not.
No, it is much more of a spiral. So you have good times and you're really spiritual one time, and then you go up, and then suddenly you feel out of the spirituality thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you work your way up again to the spirituality.
See, and you talk about the spiral thing, but I still don't get it. Like for me, it's like up and like a roller coaster.
Yes, it could be taken like that. However, it's meant to show you the fact that it's not. If it's just like that and you don't see, all you see are peaks and valleys, you don't see the progress that you're making. So the spiral helps you to realize it's going to be ups and downs, but each time you go in the spiral, the ups and downs are shorter and shorter and shorter. So when you're down, it's not going to last as long.
So are you spiraling up? Are you spiraling down?
Oh, it's always a spiral up. Yeah, you're always spiraling up because the downs are shorter and shorter, fewer and fewer things are. The fact is, it's supposed to be messy, right? This life is supposed to be messy. We're supposed to be.
Is it supposed to be? Does it have to be?
It has to be.
Why?
Growth happens outside of our comfort zone.
But sometimes it happens within our comfort zone too.
Yes, but we don't grow anywhere near as fast or as strongly as when we go through hardship.
This would be your personal experience.
It is,
right?
Yes.
So, and one thing we've learned is that everyone has very different and unique experiences.
That's right. That's right. There's many paths to one truth, which is Will's.
Yes.
Out there, what do you think? Is that a sound theory, the spiral theory of spirituality? Do you feel that is the truth for you, or are you on the poo-poo bandwagon like Karen? Just let us know.
No, I just. What if it's like a trampoline, and you bounce, and each time you bounce, you go higher? Ooh, and then one day you get to grab onto whatever.
That could be another way of looking at it. Yeah, absolutely.
A plethora of ways.
I guess maybe why I'm called to the spiral is because I'm a Reiki practitioner, and that's one of the symbols in Reiki. Maybe that.
I've always liked the spiral things. It's like also a Celtic
that's true.
symbol.
But also, we were watching a show the other day. I think it was last night, actually, we were watching a show, and it was Christmas time, and everything was falling apart. Coming
in the
out,
show. Last night was
in the show, right? In the show. And one of the characters suddenly realizes that, oh my God, this has been a terrible Christmas, blah, blah, and he turns and he goes, you know what? No, it hasn't been a terrible. It's been the perfect Christmas.
That's right.
Christmas is meant to be messy, and things are supposed to go wrong, and you're supposed to go through that kind of stuff. The imperfections. That's what makes your Christmas. That's what makes a family have their Christmas together. And instead of focusing on things that are going wrong, maybe we should focus on being grateful that you're actually all together.
And then what if you're you're going to just hate me by the end of this. What if you're so focused on the things that you're grateful for that you don't see anything going wrong?
Then you are in a happy place, but you don't learn from that experience. You stay in your happy place.
Do you have to learn from every experience, or can you just enjoy the experience?
So my thought process.
Maybe you learn to expand your heart and the love.
Well, my thought process is that that you, whether something good or bad is happening to you, it's happening for your greatest good.
Okay.
You just don't have the perspective to see that it's actually something that's really good for you at that particular point in time. So if you allow yourself to just accept that this is actually a great thing for me and not get too caught up in the of it all, eventually you're going to come out on the other side and go, oh, and learn from that. But if everything that happens is happy, then you don't grow from it. You just stay right where you are because you're not growing from the happiness. You're growing from the hardship, not the happiness.
See, I'm going to disagree a little bit there just because, and I'm not saying that I was disagreeing with everything else you've said. I'm just asking you different perspectives. You know, you always say that like when we do our interviews, I don't know even who we're talking to before we sit down to do them so that I'll have just the audience perspective. So I'm just was coming up with questions.
Right.
But what if it goes great, right? And in that, when we had a very nice Christmas.
Yes.
And we were able to see things, I think, that we didn't see about people before. When you're just like, okay, well, I have to learn to be accepting. Or, okay, well, and it's just like, wow.
Yes.
Look at that. Look at that capacity of joy that this person has. Or,
yes.
You know.
But speaking from my perspective, that my noticing how good that was tempered or made better by the thought process I was in just days before when I was really not in a good place. right? When I suddenly was able to see the goodness or the happiness or the joy around me, suddenly it was that much sweeter because I had just been in a really big jumps. Had I always been in that sweet spot, I would have just been that sweet spot, and I wouldn't have learned what it takes for you to get yourself out of that dumps.
Okay, but I think we don't really know. We don't know exactly why we're here, right? I mean, we might, we might not. I don't know. But if we are here, part of it is to experience things. Why not just experience moments of just joy that have nothing to do with feeling better about the moments where you didn't have joy?
Because
why not? I think that's part of the.
And that's a fair question. Because from my understanding, from the conversations that we've been having, it is that we are here to grow. We're not here just to experience. We're here. Well,
I'm not saying to only experience, but I'm saying, can't there be times when it's just the experience?
Of course. No, absolutely.
I don't have to know how much I don't like sauerkraut to know how much I enjoy chocolate.
And yet, if all you had to eat was sauerkraut, and then suddenly someone gave you a piece of chocolate,
if all I had to eat was sauerkraut, that would be very sad, Karen.
Yes, indeed.
But I might grow to just accept it.
Right.
And I think I might be more upset if I had one piece of chocolate to have to go back to eat the sauerkraut.
Absolutely. Yeah. No.
So then what's the point of
that? Well, Daniel actually has sent us another comment. He says, we are learning to take out the trash of our lives. That's a good way to put it.
That is a good
We're taking the trash out of our lives. I've got a couple of bags I need to take out myself. So I'm going to work on that now too.
I'm just glad you weren't looking at me when you said that.
No. I do have a question though.
Oh boy.
Well, before we go to that question, I answered your question. So how about you answer your own question? What is the most surprising thing that you have learned?
I think, and this isn't like super meaningful or anything like that. It's a very deep lesson that I've learned. I have learned some deep lessons. Put that out there. But I guess, you've heard me lately talking about covert mainstream.
Yes.
That's what the thing that has surprised me, the most surprising lesson now, how many just mainstream type, because growing up, in the 70s and 80s, and it was like the woo, and you had to have the crazy hair and the wild outfits and just be kind of eccentric and be all out there, But it's now we're learning through all these interviews, it's doctors, accountants, cyber tech, whatever people, it's everybody. It's super mainstream, but people just aren't quite talking about it yet. They're kind of whispering around to each other, and that's kind of what we're trying to do with our podcast, is to help normalize it.
And not just with our podcast, but with the network too.
With the network, yes. And so just how mainstream, covert mainstream this really is.
Right. Okay. I can see that.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Well, onwards to my question for you.
Okay.
There is a thought process in this spiritual world, spiritual awakening space, whatever you call it, that it's easy. That if you just listen to the podcasts, that you watch the videos, that you take the classes and the workshops and things like that, that by osmosis you're going to evolve, you're going to ascend, you're going to spiritually awaken, right? Do you find that is the case? You've been doing this now for 5 years, and way before that, before the show. So
I think it all depends on the person. I do. I think some people are lucky enough to get, in a big accident, and all of a sudden, they're rewired.
Lucky.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was laughing with that. Lucky enough,
right?
But some people have that experience where it comes as a result of some sort of trauma, and it's a very kind of quick, I don't want to say instant awakening, which I'm sure would be in its own right very hard to deal with, because you probably feel like you're going crazy. Maybe you're hearing voices, or you're imagining things, or you're seeing things. So that would be hard. But I think as far as the awakening, in that case, maybe that might be easy. I think some people are born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Oh, sorry. I just dated myself.
I think you did. I think it can be a lot of work, but I think the biggest or the hardest thing, at least in my experience, is to actually believe, not believe that it's there, that it's possible, that other people are doing this and living these experiences and all of that. But I think it's hard for one to believe they're doing it, or that they're having real experiences and not just your imagination.
Okay. I'm of two minds of this. For me, a lot of the times especially when we first started, I had the shiny penny syndrome, where, oh, look at this. Oh, no, look at this. And I want to do that. I want to do that. And so I was diving into so many different things, and I wasn't really diving into anything. I was just barely skimming the surface. And I found that I was always being distracted by this thing and that thing and that thing. Like, I'm signed up to 5 or 6 or 12 or 50 different programs from our past guests because I found it fascinating and I need to learn, only to find that, oh, the next thing comes around and oh my God, now I've got 77 tabs open on my laptop because I'm going through all these programs and I'm not really truly diving into any of them because I'm distracted by everything else.
Right.
So I'm finding that I'm having to stop, to commit to one and dive into that one and see where it takes me, if it resonates with me, if it doesn't resonate with me, before I start the next one. But it's so hard in this world of digital ADHD, where you're being bombarded by stuff left and right all over the place, and you want to try them all. Right? Daniel has a question.
Oh boy.
And I need to bring it in because it's a good one.
Okay.
So this is to you.
Oh boy.
So he says, Karen.
Yes.
What was it that brought you? Oh, dang it. He said both of you. What was it that brought both of you to being spiritual? That's a great question, Daniel. Karen is happy to answer it for you.
Well, as you are hearing now, Will and I are not always of like mind. We have a lot of different opinions. We've had a lot of different experiences.
Yeah, I let her be wrong all the time. It's okay.
Yeah. Anyways, anywho, I have never really questioned it. I've had experiences as a kid, as an adult, and it's just how it is. Whether or not I have any sort of abilities, that I question a lot, because sometimes I feel like I do, sometimes I feel like I'm making it up. That's where I struggle. But for me, I've just always known. I've talked to in dreams to my grandfather. I've had people talk to me right as they're passing, in a different state even, and I hear them say goodbye. And I didn't know they were passing away. Just like I've always had these experiences. So I've always known this. And then Will, your story.
It's a long and winding road.
And he had a meltdown.
Yeah, but even before that, my mom used to read Carlos Castaneda books when I was a kid. And one time I started leafing through them and she threw a fit because, no, you're not ready for those yet. So immediately, as soon as I got old enough, I started reading those books because what does she not want me to see? And so it led me down a path
of
mom had exploration.
No idea what I was reading.
Really?
Yeah. I just thought, wow, my mom had no idea.
Wow. My mom was very involved.
Yeah, mine was working all the time.
My mom was very nosy.
Well, I think she might have had to be.
Yeah, good point. That's a good point. But that started me the exploration when I was in my 20s. I did a lot of these explorations. I joined the coven. I became a Reiki practitioner, all that kind of stuff. But then life got in the way, and I forgot all of it. Come 2020, going into lockdown, had a massive meltdown, existential crisis. Looked at myself in the mirror, hated who I was, almost lost everything, and went to a therapist who I was lucky enough to have found the perfect therapist for me. Not only because she helped me a lot, but because she turned me back onto meditation. And then in the state that I was in, I was able to dive super deeply into these meditative states that were then bringing forth these questions about who am I really? What am I doing here? What's the reality of life? Why is this a challenge? Why am I going through this? And I started asking the questions, and I've never looked back. So, Daniel, I hope that answers your question. That was kind of a long answer to his question.
Really.
But But thank you for asking. We appreciate that. This is meant to be interactive. So if you have any questions or comments, we would welcome you to put them into comments below so we can bring them onto the screen and answer them for you. In the meantime, if you are new to the show, we are Will and Karen, and we are no longer the Skeptic Metaphysicians. We actually we're going to change the name of the show, but because so many people know the show as what it is, we decided to keep it because at the end of the day, it's you, our audience, who are the Skeptic Metaphysicians, and we're having these conversations on your behalf. At least that's what we are telling ourselves, so we can keep the name of the show.
We're going with that.
Right. If you haven't listened to the show, you can find our podcast on every podcasting platform, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, Good Pod, you name it, we're on there. And we would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to us on those. But most of all, if you like the show, we'd love for you to say that to people. This is the link that you can do that. Just that. Go to
I like the show.
Yes. lovethepodcast.com/skeptic metaphysicians, or just scan that QR code. Let me take out that little ticker banner so that it doesn't mess up your scan. If that's what you want to do, just go ahead and hit that QR code and it'll take you directly to lovethepodcast.com/skeptic metaphysicians, so you can choose what platform you want to leave us a 5-star review on. We really would appreciate that. And then, of course, if instead you wanted to follow the podcast, all you need to do is go to followthepodcast.com/skeptic metaphysicians. It will allow you to subscribe on whatever platform you prefer, or just hit this QR code and it will take you to the same page. So whatever is the easiest for you. If you didn't get a chance to grab your phone out in that quick amount of time, don't worry, we'll put these up again in a second so that you can do so. But be ready, because you never know when I'm going to put it up.
You never know. He's crafty.
I am crafty.
See, I can't do that.
I can't
have
either.
to look at the one thing and then click on the other thing. I don't have my glasses on.
Why do you think it's going so slowly? Because I'm trying to split my brain into several different parts and I am not able to do it. So, well, we have someone coming in saying she loves our podcast. Jenny, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love that you love our podcast, and we love that you're listening. So thank you so much for being a part of our family, part of our community. We'd love to have you along. So if you have any comments or questions, just like Jenny and Daniel, if you want to drop them in the comments, we would love to say hello, because really the whole reason we do the show is for you guys. We are just those stupid, nerdy people. So we appreciate you being there.
I mean,
nerdy, but not stupid.
Yeah.
We are pretty nerdy. Right. All right, then.
Oh my goodness. So what are you doing now? You're looking away.
No, so I had a list of topics that we can talk about. Yeah.
Well, I have a question for you.
Oh, okay.
What do you like most about doing our podcast?
That's an excellent question. I think what I love the most about doing our show is all the people that we get to meet. Mm-hmm. And I'm not just talking about our guests. Not a lot of people know this unless you tuned into our interviews on other shows, but there was a time when we were going to sunset the show. If you ever done a podcast, produced a podcast, it's a lot of work. Mm-hmm. It's surprisingly a lot of work. Not only are you researching guests, but after it's all done, the interview, you have to edit the thing so it makes somewhat of sense. And me being a recovering perfectionist, I want to put the music in there and put the lower thirds in there. So if you're watching on video, it still looks pretty good. And
I'm not recovering, by the way.
Trying to, but and then after the fact, there's a lot of marketing you have to do to get it out there so people can find it and things like that. And it was taking a lot of time away from our family. So we were about to sunset it. And before we did it, Karen said, well, let me just look and see if anyone's even listened to this thing. Mm-hmm. And Karen?
Yes. And so I Googled it, because I'm, so high tech. I'm the skeptic. No, and I was actually really surprised because I really, at the time, didn't know anything about podcasting. I would just pop in and talk, which is kind of not a lot has changed. But
I wasn't going to throw you under the bus.
Well, I can throw myself under the bus. I'm good at that.
All
right. So we found some review. I think it was Apple Podcasts, and they had all these pages of reviews. on our podcast, there were like, I want to say 6 or 7 pages where people had written paragraphs about the show, which we had no idea even existed. So we sat there reading through all of these, just amazed, because we just talk to people. We're not doing anything special. We're just trying to help other special people get their messages out there. But the last thing I remember reading was this guy signed, and when he signed off, he said, "Thank you for helping me feel normal." And I just looked at Will. I'm like, well, if we're helping one person, we can't quit this.
Right.
So, the universe being what it is, it dropped some really great software into our laps and cut Will's editing time down to like a third.
Yep.
So we were able to do both to, regain that family time that we really, really needed, but also continue to talk with everyone and send these messages out there.
Very
Hopefully
true.
help help somebody.
And that was a big eye opener for us, because we weren't really podcast people until that time. I listened to podcasts, but I didn't know anything about them really when we started the podcast. But then it extended into our real lives, I guess, for lack of a better term, because then suddenly people that were living in our area were showing up to events we were at with the Skeptic Metaphysicians t-shirts and coming just to say hello at some of the expos we were in and things like that. So getting to meet this really cool community that we were unbeknownstly a part of was fantastic. So when we get comments like Jenny, who says, "Love your podcast," that is what
Your favorite thing.
Yes.
Me too.
Yes, I knew it. Yeah. That is what my favorite thing is. So meeting this community, it's really been the best.
Do you remember the UPS driver?
Yes.
I think he was in Wisconsin, and he put messages on our website a couple of times.
Yeah, he did.
And I remember I think it was the second message. I don't know if it's first or second. It was really long, and he was talking about listening to us in the morning before he goes into work. And he made the comment of, us being the voices in his head right before he goes to work. And at first it's like, oh, that's kind of creepy. But God, I loved it so much. It was awesome. It was just, wow. It just made me happy, because I feel like, we're reaching out, not just to explore spiritual topics, but to be friends, and I love that.
Yeah. I mean, what's not to love? It's amazing. So, okay, I'm going to remind you once again, this is meant to be interactive. So please, if you have any questions or any comments, please don't hesitate. Please put them down below so we can interact with you. We want to hear from you. We want to hear what you've got to say. In future shows, future streams, we're actually going to give you a phone number that you can call, that we can actually play. You can actually be involved with us to be like a call-in show.
Wow.
Yes. We're getting high tech, cool. Baby. High tech. That's coming up. So stick with us. Come on any given second Tuesday of the month, you'll find all kinds of opportunities. In the meantime, if you would be so kind, as we're talking about messages that people are leaving, here are the banners again for you. If you prefer, if you'd like to leave us a 5-star review, lovethepodcast.com/Skeptic Metaphysicians is a place to do it. Or go ahead and scan the QR code. It'll take you to that landing page so you can select the platform you want to leave the review on. And if you have not yet followed us, subscribe to our podcast, we would love for you to do so. That is what helps us get the messages out in broader and broader concentric circles, is by having people subscribe to the show. And in order to do that, you just have to go to followthepodcast.com/Skeptic Metaphysicians or scan this QR code, and it will get you to the right place. You'll be able to select whether you want to follow us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever it makes the best sense for you. This is the place to do that. So we encourage you to do that whenever you have a moment.
So Will,
yes.
We've been doing the podcast for like 3 or 4 years, right?
Almost 5.
Oh, good. Wow.
Yeah.
4 or 5 years. As long as it's not 6 or 7.
Oh God, no, that was sunset. That was supposed to be sunset. You're not supposed to do that anymore.
I heard on the radio. It's still going on. I still don't even know what it is. But anyways, so people know you. You've got this great voice, and you're like, "Hello, I'm Will," and you're talking to people about these topics.
You think I have a great voice?
You have a great voice.
Thank you, Karen. Oh, I love that about that. You say that about me.
Well, and that just sounded kind of weird. But no, but anyways, people know you as like this persona, right? This podcast, people that are out there. Tell us, or tell them, because hopefully I already know, something personal about you that people might not necessarily know. It doesn't have to be super personal. But just something about you that people probably don't really know.
I know exactly what she's trying to get at.
What am I getting at?
Mm-hmm. You started the whole question with the voice. It has nothing to do with the voice.
No, I wasn't even gonna. Oh, I swear to God, I was not even thinking about that. But now I think you have to tell that.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but what people don't know is that I actually worked, and I've worked in television my entire career. I worked for NBC and Telemundo for a long time.
Mm-hmm. And see, since you brought it up, what did you do before that?
Well, yeah. What she's alluding to very subtly is that before I worked in television, I worked in the theater as an actor and a singer. And I did some stuff that was can be considered, I got paid for. So let's put it.
He's got a great voice.
Well, had.
No,
there was a time when, it's a muscle. You lose that. You lose that muscle.
You just got to work out.
True.
See, I thought you were just going to talk about the comics.
No.
That's what I was talking about.
Why would you think I'd bring up the comics? What does that have to do with the show?
It doesn't. No. It doesn't. That's why I said something that has nothing to do with the show.
Okay. All right.
That people don't know about you. That might be a little fun fact.
Okay. What she's alluding to now is the fact that
and now there are two facts.
Yeah, I am. I used to be a big comic book collector. I knew everything there was to know about DC and Marvel comics at the time. In fact, I had tried to launch a little show about science fiction and comic books and comic book movies when they first kind of were coming out, because I love them. I've always been a big fan. And I guess I still like them, but I don't collect them anymore because someone threw away my collection.
That would be you.
No.
I suggested we get rid of it, but I did not actually do the picking up and throwing away.
All right. Daniel has sent us another message, and this is a long one, so bear with me as I read this one out for everyone. A show I was a guest on said they researched by asking AI, "What can you tell me about spirit medium Daniel Jackson?" I was amazed by the reply. It mentions NRTV. You should try it. NRTV, for those that don't know, is new reality TV that Daniel happens to be a part of with us as a content partner. That is wicked exciting.
Very.
Can you tell I'm from the Northeast? I dropped the wicked. Wicked exciting. Daniel, thank you. I will have to try it. I had no idea that NRTV had made it to AI. So I
guess that's exciting.
That is exciting. Yeah. And if you haven't checked out NRTV, just go to newrealitytv.com and you can sample 40 some odd shows on there. We've got a live broadcast on there that you can watch whenever you'd like. That goes globally. We've got an on-demand platform that gives you can consume or binge all the episodes of a favorite show if you want. We have got shorts, we got meditations, we got all kinds of things.
Movies, documentaries.
Great documentaries on there. Yeah, absolutely. So we encourage you to take a look at it. But Daniel, thank you for bringing that up. I had no idea that NRTV had made AI. That's exciting. I know we did pretty good on Google, but I didn't realize that AI had
found us. Well, they scraped Google.
Right? I'm curious, Daniel, which AI bot did you use? Because there's a bunch now, right? There's ChatGPT, there's Claude, there's Perplexity, there's Gemini.
I heard that from someone who is like a computer science guy that Google AI is better than ChatGPT.
For what though? For search?
He said, yeah, if you're looking for information, for accurate information.
For accurate information.
That's what he said.
So Google AI hallucinates a little less than ChatGPT.
Probably, yes.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
I mean, I'm not a tech expert. So don't bank on anything I just said. I'm just saying that's what I heard.
Gotcha. Daniel says Gemini. He used Gemini. So that's good. So I use Gemini for images. That's really the only reason why.
I did not even know Gemini. I am like, Gemini. I'm not even low tech. I'm no tech. I just show up and talk.
Yeah, well, we love you for it.
Oh, thank you.
Karen.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us something about you that we don't know now? I could only return the favor.
Oh, okay. I'm a pretty good cook.
I knew that.
Well, I knew your stuff too, but they don't know.
Yeah. Not only is she a pretty good cook, she actually has a cooking show on New Reality TV called Cooking from the Heart with Karen Ensley. It's really nicely produced, and we'd love for you to check it out because she's not only a good cook, but she's a TV star too. So
I don't know about that.
I do. I married very well. I got very lucky because there's one thing I can do really well, and that's eat. And so I get to eat well because she's a very, very good cook. But there's something else that maybe some people that tune into the show know, but maybe a lot don't.
You're like, I'm not sure.
I'm about to out you in a big way.
Okay. I don't know what you're going to out me.
Karen has on several occasions.
Oh boy.
Channeled something. Something has come out of now. Longtime listeners of the show know that she is an angel walking this earth. She is an incarnate angel here on this planet. However, sometimes she gets out of the way and allows this, whatever these things, because it's more than one, come through her and speak through her. And I actually, do you remember we recorded one of them on my phone?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
What about that?
Maybe our next one. Maybe I'll play it for people.
So I gotta hear it first. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, maybe so. Oh, Jenny, there you go. Karen is an angel.
Aww,
yes,
thank you,
absolutely. She is an angel. She absolutely is. It has been confirmed. It's not just, I'm not just saying, oh, you're an angel. Like it's been confirmed by people who know these things, by several people. So it's not just me. Jenny knows it too. So
you and Jenny, thank you.
So many people know about it. So, but anyway, maybe on our next live, I'll play it for you so you could see. I gotta admit, the first time it was scary. It was, it felt like I didn't belong in that room with that entity, whatever that was.
It wasn't mean or anything.
No, it wasn't mean. It was
scary. Mean.
No, not in that sense. It was so majestic.
Oh.
It was so majestic that I felt like I wasn't worthy.
Oh.
It was one of those things where like I couldn't look you in the eye. It was very strange, but very cool.
Very strange.
Very cool at the same time. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to email her and insist that she let that out more. I would love to share that with you because when she lets these things come through her, these great messages come through. So please.
See, well, that's the thing. That's the not knowing that's my struggle. Am I just making this up? Am I just all of a sudden deciding to act different? I mean, yeah, I don't think I would make that decision to do that, but you never know.
I can tell you use words that aren't yours. You look different. You sound different. Everything is different. So I would say you're not making it up.
And is it different each time?
It is different each time. Yeah. The first time was very majestic. And then sometimes you're very playful. Sometimes it's a different, you can tell it's a different entity coming through you.
Wow.
Yeah. So we have another comment.
Oh.
Mrs. Jackson is asking us, how did we meet? Oh, before then, though, however, sorry, Mrs. Jackson, we'll get back to you. Jenny wants you to know she would love to hear your messages. Thank you, Jenny. Yes. So I'm going to give you her email address so you can just keep pestering her. So it doesn't, we've been trying to get her to do more of that. So hopefully we'll be able to get her to do that. But thanks, Jenny. We appreciate your support on that. But getting back to Mrs. Jackson, she's asking how we met.
What was it? On the airplane?
Right. Airplane. We met in line waiting for the ticket agent, only to find that we were seated next to each other once we got in the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that was it.
Yeah. Super anticlimactic. No.
That's not how we met.
We met.
That was what we would tell people how we met.
That's right. Because at the time it was very taboo to meet this way.
Yeah.
We met on Match.com.
Yeah. Back when it was like, you know, there was like, I don't know. Like nobody was on it.
Yeah, it was
maybe a couple of years old.
It's like you're on that online dating.
Yeah,
you do
how
online
desperate
dating?
are you?
Oh my
like it
God.
was, yeah, it was like a thing.
Well, apparently Karen had dated everybody in Orlando, so she had to expand out to Tampa, where I was.
We met when we were older.
Yes. But no, we met. We are a success story for Match.com. Yeah. So Match.com, if you're watching this, you should reach out to us because we are a good success story. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. You know,
17 years.
17. Yeah. 17 years married, 19 knowing.
And I never even wanted to get married.
We're going to know each other for 2 decades next year.
Wow.
We will have known each other for 2 decades.
I mean, the only people I know longer than that. Well, no, I know some people longer than that. I was thinking my family, but I have some friends from like high school.
I hope so. A follow-up question by Mrs. Jackson. Do you feel that you were put together? No question.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
And in fact, we talk about this all the time. We had been in the same, we were meant to meet 100 times before. We were in the same place at the same time and must have run past each other and never met each other. We were at the Olympics together
in Athens.
In Athens, we were there at the same time. We were at the Jacksons concert in New York City at the same concert, but we didn't know each other, but we were both there at the same time.
And then even when we met, it was like our third date or something, and we were out. So he lived in Tampa, I lived in Orlando, so he came to Orlando, and we went out to some clubs that were just right close to my house, and I ran into a bunch of my friends, that I have known for years. And the guys start talking to Will. Hey, how you doing? It's been a while. I'm like, what? So we even had mutual friends that we had no idea were mutual friends. So that was pretty wild. So we were definitely supposed to meet.
Yep, definitely. Yeah. There's no question about it. So thank you so much for that. Those questions, Mrs. Jackson. I'm going to remind you one more time that we would love it if you're watching this on YouTube, if you would like and subscribe and then hit that little bell so that every time we post something, you're notified. Our YouTube page is god awful. It gets like 50 views. It's terrible. Our audio side, our podcast is very big, but YouTube is not great. So either watch us on New Reality TV, which is our number one. We air the show at the same time as the audio podcast comes out. It also comes out on New Reality TV, the video. Good God, I'm getting old. I'm losing words. The video version is released on the same day. And then the YouTube version comes out several weeks later, but we would love to get that out. It's a discovery engine for us. So we'd love your help in getting that out there.
You know what word I could not think of today? Condemned. Like an old house. I don't even know now. I don't remember why I need to think of this word, but I could not. Oh, because I was doing a crossword puzzle. Okay. And I could not think, and it was there. And so I finally asked Alexa, and Alexa was like, uninhabitable. I'm like, no, that's not it. Give me a synonym. So I totally cheated on that. That's the only time I've cheated on that crossword puzzle. But
gotcha.
But it was driving me nuts. I totally get you. It's like, what the heck?
Yeah, I think it's
happening.
What I like to. So here's something that not a lot of people know.
I know what it is.
Condemned. It means that.
No, I know why it's happening. Oh, because we have a limited amount of brain space, and we're getting so much information in there that we just gotta get rid of some things like condemned, random words
or version.
Don't have space for that.
Actually, this is an interesting thought process that I've talked about in the show a couple of times, but I don't know how broadly I have mentioned this. I believe that our brains are actually a filter. Back in the day when in olden days when you had your cable company,
days of yore.
That's right. Yeah. And you said, okay, I want to subscribe. You got your cable company. You call your cable company. I want to subscribe to HBO, and they come out and they have to remove a filter from your cable line so that you can get HBO without being all scrambled. Remember the times when you used to kind of squint your eyes, you could kind of see it. So they took out the filter and you could see it perfectly when you subscribed. I think your brain is like that. It's like a filter. Where it's meant to scramble us so we don't have all the information right off the bat as to how grand we actually are, because if we had all that information, we would not be able to exist in this 3D world. So the brain is there specifically. Oh boy, I'm afraid of what you're going to say based on what I'm seeing in your face right now. It's meant to filter the hugeness of what we are into something that we can process. And so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So what you're saying is the universe doesn't think we're capable of adding version and condemned
at the same time. That's right. That's right.
It's probably right.
Well, after a while, the brain gets a little old. The filter gets frayed on the ends, right? Yeah, we need a new version of that. So, that is, and I also think that, I don't think we have time to dive into all the things I think about. So I also want to make sure that we keep the conversation going. Daniel Jackson, Mrs. Jackson and I are a success story of online dating. One date on Valentine's Day and been together ever since. Wow.
And how many years is that?
Yeah, that's a good question. How many years is that, Mr. and Mrs. Jackson? Please let us know. We'd love to celebrate you.
Yeah.
So do you have any kooky stories like that? Any thoughts about the brain filtering?
Oh, like I have thoughts. you know.
Oh, 12 years. 12 years they've been together. Look at that. Congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment, especially these days. Unfortunately, I hate to say that, but congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Jackson. It's great to be a part of your family.
And it's so true what they say, when you know, you know.
Yeah.
You know, because I used to date. I never wanted to get married. I hadn't seen a lot of good marriages in my family. My dad tried several times. But so it wasn't on my list. And when I met you, I'd have married you in a couple weeks. I used to choose people that I knew I wouldn't marry because it was safe. You know, I'm like, we'll go out for a little bit, but there's no way.
So then why did you choose me?
Because you were really cute. And I didn't know that you were. I didn't know
the other boys you dated were really cute too.
Well, that's true too. But see, because I met you, you're the like, as far as boyfriends, the only one that I met online. So I didn't really know you ahead of time.
I was the only one you met on Match.com?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I went on a couple of dates, but as far as going out more than once, you know.
I see.
Yeah.
I also believe, so we are both Hispanic. And when we first started dating, we swore to ourselves that we would neither one of us would date a Hispanic person. Just because we were raised in that.
We know what the culture's like. We know what, you know.
And it's not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just not something that was calling to us at the time. We had sworn it off. Come to find out that we were supposed to be dating Hispanics, because the first Hispanic we dated,
Hispanics plural, just one.
This one Hispanic.
We're supposed to date one Hispanic guy.
Right. So yes, Mrs. Jackson agrees with me that without our brain, we wouldn't be able to comprehend everything out there. That is true. I'm still not sure I can comprehend everything with the brain. So can you imagine without the brain?
Well, no. We'd be like a slug. Well, sometimes I feel like that anyways.
Especially after a long day of drinking.
What? No.
So Mrs. Jackson says, thank you. They knew right away too. It's just, you just know. Yeah, absolutely.
Just know.
Yep.
It's weird.
And then, so along those same lines, is there any belief system, like, has there been a guest that we've had that when they came on and started talking, you just knew right away? You just knew them?
I mean, a little bit with Angie Hipple.
And the Judah Collective.
And then who did we was it Allison?
No, we haven't released that episode yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, when she started channeling, it was just, that was wild.
Yeah.
That was like, I could just feel the waves.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say who, because we haven't released it yet.
Right.
But those two, I would say the most were just like some sort of connection or bond.
So if you listen to the show, it's the episode that we're releasing tomorrow, Wednesday, is not it. But the one after that is it. So you should see. In that one, you should probably watch, because you can see Karen's face. I believe something was coming through her and she stopped it. So take a look and let me know if you think that it is correct. Daniel saying, the body and the brain are a block to getting through to our consciousness. We are here to learn the process of how to get both to work together. Love it. Makes great sense. Yeah. Right. Now, if only I can get my arm and my leg to go in the same direction and not fall down the stairs every morning when I get up. That would be great. Yeah.
You're not the one that's fallen. I have fallen down the stairs 3 times. Yeah. And you know, my sister, she gave me these little slippy things.
I wasn't going to throw you under the bus.
That's okay. I'm telling you, I can throw myself under the bus. And it's not that I'm slipping or that I'm stumbling or losing my balance. It's just that, I don't know, maybe 2/3 of the way down, I'll decide, I'm done walking with the stairs. And I start to walk straight and there's no floor there because it's still stairs.
I've had enough stairs. Stairs say otherwise.
I think it's because we lived in the house for so long and there were a different number of stairs. So I have like the muscle memory, or just I miss that house. And so I just decide that's how many stairs there are, even though painfully it's not true. And then our dog just sits there and looks at me. He doesn't even come to my rescue. He's just like, what's that noise? I was sleeping.
Excuse me. Jenny sent us another comment. I found you both and follow you on the podcast app. I can't find where to rate you. Any ideas? I'm so glad you brought that up, Jenny, because all you need to do is
you sound like a radio announcer, like, hey, for $10.
That's right. Well, if you
today only,
if you want to rate us, all you need to do, go to lovethepodcast.com/Skeptic Metaphysicians and select the platform you want to do it. I think probably the easiest one. I don't know if Jenny, if you have an Apple podcast account, but if you don't, I think it's pretty easy to create. I could be wrong. I do have an Apple computer, so that it could be that I've got one already. But if you don't, otherwise you can actually go to Spotify. I think Spotify is universal, and you can leave us a review on Spotify as well. And if I'm not mistaken,
on our website.
Yes, you can actually go to our website as well. Go to skepticmetaphysician.com, and there's a place for you to leave a review there as well. Whatever makes. And in fact, at lovethepodcast.com/skepticmetaphysicians, you can fill out the form. If you scroll down, you'll see there's a place for you to rate it right there on the page as well, if you prefer. So you can certainly do that as well.
Oh, and if you're not part of the community yet, we have, it's a little community that you don't have to sign up, no pressure for the podcast, and you get an email. And we have quite a few of our guests that will give discounts on their services to the people. They'll, I guess, get a code through the email. I'm not 100% sure how that works.
Yeah. So we send out a newsletter. So when you sign up to get our newsletter. We don't spam you. We don't send you 1,000 emails, maybe once a week, if that. Sometimes it'll go a couple of weeks before we send it to you, and we'll only send it to you if we have something to talk to you about. This past week, we did have a special offer that one of our guests graciously offered to our community. So we did send one out. So if you are already part of our community, you didn't get it, check your spam because it went out, I think yesterday, the day before. But if you don't have it, reach out, let me know. I'm happy to forward it over to you again, because it's Casey Berman was the guest, and he is offering a free genius mapping thing for you, which is cool. It shows you what you're supposed to be doing, what your passion is in your life, what you're supposed to be doing. So,
and a lot of these guests that we have come on, they give these. We're not making money off of it, so it's not like, well, if you do this, then we'll get. I mean, sometimes we get an affiliate with some of them, but honestly, like, very few and far between.
I've pretty much given up on affiliates. But we just pass it along. It's not something that we're not charging anyone for anything or anything like that. It's our way of giving back. We want to make sure that when we have these conversations, if it's beneficial for someone, we want you to be able to have it. So, Jenny, I hope that was helpful. If not, let me know, and I'm happy to walk you through it personally. Daniel says you can go on NRTV, and under each show it says rate and review. Yes, you can rate and review on New Reality TV if you prefer as well. That's specific to the platform. So just keep that in mind. And then you can comment on all the shows. You find one that you love and you just feel the need to say something, you can put a comment in that episode of that person's show that you're watching. They love to get the feedback. This has gone a lot longer than I expected. It's been great to have all of you with us. We have a new commenter. She's commenting for the first time during this live. Someone that you know. Someone that I know. Danny Fox. Oh, Danny. Yeah, who says, on that note, how do you hold such thoughtful space for the many unique perspectives, subtle nuances, and diverse modalities of this dynamic community? Danny, you're assuming that we do. I mean, you're assuming that we have enough space to hold it. We just I don't know. How do you answer that? Everyone that we've talked to, and there is just a vast, I don't know if I'm addressing this correctly or not, a vast array and variety of modalities and thought processes, but everyone that we have had on our show, I think like everyone, has doing what they're doing, the work they're doing, the message they're giving out of a place of love. Yep. And so no matter how many different languages per se we're having on the show, they're all communicating the same thing. So we honor that. It might be a modality that we think, I don't know that I believe in that, but you know what? They are doing this to help people. They're doing it out of love. And that's what matters. That's what counts. It's that. So really, it's just one big space of love that we're holding. Yeah. But love her follow-up, which I'm going to put up here now in a second, because it's a great point. And I'm glad she brought it up, because she says, especially when many feel so passionately that their process is the one. That is a very important topic to tackle. And sadly, we've got 6 minutes. We got to do this quickly. Yes. There is a human need to have the answer, to know that your way is the way. And I would say to every single one that says my way is the way, you're right. Your way is the way for you. What we have found is that there are many different paths, and each one is the way for someone. Where I bristle is when someone tells me that their way is the only only way, that's where it becomes a little bit more contentious with me, because I have found that I have found the way about 16,000 times, only to find it wasn't really my way. It was someone else's way. But I celebrate when someone finds their way, because
someone's even looking.
Right. He's absolutely, absolutely. And in essence, that is really what this show and what New Reality as a whole is about. It's to help you to find your way. We're not here to tell you this is the way. We're here to say this is a way, and then let you find whether that way is your way or not. And we'll continue to bring you different ways for you to explore. So great. We got two. Look at that. We got 1 and 2 great answers. So thank you both. Thank you very much. That is truly how we feel. We've talked about this many times, and it's well, it's important. It's important to make that. Thank you for asking that question. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. These are
important statements.
And that is why I love doing these lives, and why I'm so excited that we're going to be doing them on a monthly basis, because we get to answer those kinds of questions, because we have these conversations off mic all the time and don't bring that to you. And so we forget that we haven't had these conversations with you, and we want to have these conversations with you.
And then anybody listening or that sees this later can even say, oh, because sometimes you'll see something, you'll just assume, oh, it's just specifically about this.
Right.
But that's not what our show is about.
Right.
It's not one topic. It's as many as we can.
Absolutely. The variety is the spice of life.
Oh, spice.
Yes. All right. Well, I guess on that note, it is 56 and a half minutes past the hour.
Oh, wow.
Mrs. Jackson, thank you. Yes, she loves the variety shows available in our TV. Us too. And we're going to constantly bring more and more.
And we have some new ones coming that we're super excited about.
Really good,
so yay,
really great
our
ones
family is growing.
Yep. So stay tuned to it if you haven't subscribed to that. When you subscribe, and you don't have to pay anything. We do have a 3D level, which is free. You still get all the content. There's no limitations. What it does is it gets you onto the mailing list that sends you a weekly email that tells you what shows are new and being released that particular week. So you don't miss anything. Anything else?
No, I think that's good.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We really, really appreciate that you guys came to this this inaugural voyage of the Ask the Skeptic Metaphysicians live. We are thrilled that we spent this time with you. We are looking forward to many more in the future. When you tune in, we're going to have specific topics that we're going to be talking about, Karen and I, and we're going to invite some special guests to join us from time to time as well, so that you can interact with them as well. If you would want to be part of the show, please don't hesitate to come back and say hello to us every second Tuesday of the month, and bring your questions. See if you can stump us, because no, never mind. That'd be too easy. That's too easy.
Maybe we'll get you to sing.
No, maybe we'll get you to channel.
Oh. I'll go if you go.
All right, guys.
Never say never.
Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the next episode of the Skeptic Metaphysicians. Until then, take really good care of yourself.
Bye.